On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Quote.
To repeat or reproduce the words or statement of someone else, often acknowledging the source, to give an estimated cost or price for goods or services.
Examples.
Quote a source. Quote a price. In his speech, he quoted a famous philosopher to emphasize his point.
Instinct.
An inborn behavioral pattern that is often responsive to specific stimuli, an innate feeling that causes you to act or believe that something is true.
Examples.
Instinct for self-preservation. Aggressive instinct. When faced with a dangerous situation, his initial instinct was to flee.
Anthropology.
The scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, societies, and linguistics in both the present and past, including past human species.
Examples.
Social anthropology. Anthropology of religion. The areas of anthropology and psychology are significantly related to one another.
Predispose.
To make someone susceptible.
Examples.
Predispose to the development of cancer. Predispose me to become a novelist. Her outstanding achievement predisposes people to like her.
Temperament.
A person's nature or disposition, especially as it permanently affects their behavior.
Examples.
The temperament of an engineer. A hysterical temperament. She has a calm temperament and never gets overly upset or angry.
Innate.
Existing naturally or from birth, inherent or inborn, not acquired or learned through experience.
Examples.
Innate ability. Innate quality. The belief in innate human goodness is a common philosophical concept.
Heterosexual.
Attracted to individuals of the opposite sex.
Examples.
Heterosexual relationship. Heterosexual marriage. He identified as heterosexual and had never considered being with someone of the same gender.
Indistinct.
Not clear or easily seen, heard, or understood.
Examples.
Indistinct memory. Indistinct pronunciation. The indistinct shape in the fog made it difficult to determine what it was.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples.
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Construe.
To interpret or understand the meaning of something, typically in a particular way, to analyze or explain the grammar or structure of a sentence or phrase.
Examples:
construe a contract, construe a sentence. It isn't easy to construe his intentions without knowing him better.
Wean.
To gradually stop feeding a baby or young animal with its mother's milk and to start or accustom to eating other food.
Examples:
Wean a person from a bad habit. Wean my baby from the breast. It's difficult to wean an addict off drugs once they're hooked.
Worldview.
A particular philosophy or cognitive orientation of life or conception of the world.
Examples:
Mainstream worldview. The worldview of the ancient civilization. The war between the two countries was also a battle between competing worldviews.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Intricately.
In a manner that involves a lot of detailed and complex arrangement or planning, with many interconnected parts or components.
Examples:
Intricately woven. Intricately decorated. The watch was intricately designed, with many small moving parts.
Neurobiology.
A field of biology that studies the structure, function, and development of the nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves, encompassing a wide range of research topics, including the molecular and cellular processes involved in neural signaling, the organization of neural circuits, and the neural basis of behavior, cognition, and emotion.
Examples:
Neurobiology research. Cellular neurobiology. The professor's research in neurobiology has led to groundbreaking discoveries in the field of brain science.
Fraternal.
Relating to or like a brother or brothers of twins, derived from two separate fertilized ova, equals the female reproductive cell.
Examples:
Fraternal twins. A fraternal association. He recommended that they take out fraternal life insurance.
Lobe.
A rounded projection or division, especially of the brain, lung, or liver.
Examples:
Lobe of the liver. Frontal lobe. The lungs are divided into 5 lobes.
Contraption.
A machine or device that is made up of a combination of interconnected parts and often appears complicated or unusual.
Examples:
Farming contraption. Complicated contraption. The inventor created a contraption that could turn salt water into drinking water.
Exaggeration.
An overstatement of facts or description, The act of making something seem larger, more important, or more significant than it is.
Examples:
sensational exaggeration, minimal exaggeration. His story was filled with obvious exaggerations.
Astonishing.
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Catholic.
Universal and including many different types of things, related to or associated with the part of the Christian Church that has the Pope as its leader.
Examples:
Catholic in his tastes. The Catholic Church. Sociologists are now interested in Catholic world peace.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Sneeze.
To make a sudden, involuntary expulsion of air from the nose and mouth, usually due to irritation caused by the presence of dust, pollen, or other irritants.
Examples:
sneeze into my hand. Sneeze loudly. Whenever I get a cold, I tend to sneeze a lot.
Congenial.
Pleasant, friendly, or pleasing in nature, compatible or well-suited.
Examples:
congenial atmosphere. Congenial company. She's a congenial host who always makes people feel welcome in her home.
Perfectible.
Capable of being improved or made perfect, having the potential for achieving an ideal or flawless state.
Examples:
perfectible skills. Perfectible knowledge. Philosophers throughout history have explored the concept of a perfectible society.
Condemn.
To express strong disapproval or criticism of something.
Examples:
condemn violence. Condemn crime. The government was condemned for its handling of the crisis.
Ignoble.
Lacking qualities or characteristics that are noble, honorable, or admirable, morally or socially inferior.
Examples:
ignoble character. Ignoble motive. His ignoble behavior tarnished his once respectable reputation.
Greedy.
Having or showing an intense or insatiable desire for wealth, status, power, or food.
Examples:
greedy person. Greedy for money. His greedy behavior led him to steal from the company.
Counteract.
To act against something to reduce its bad or harmful effects or neutralize it.
Examples:
counteract the effect of poison, counteract global warming. Our body's immune system produces antibodies to counteract disease.
Depletion.
The reduction of something, especially a natural resource, to a critically low level.
Examples:
depletion of bodily fluids, depletion of ozone. The depletion of natural resources is a major concern for environmentalists.
Needless.
Describing something unnecessary, pointless, or superfluous and could be avoided without any harm or adverse consequences.
Examples:
needless argument, needless waste. This needless paperwork is wasting our time and resources.
Circulate.
To move continuously or freely around a place or closed system.
Examples:
circulate a rumor, circulate an agenda before the meeting. The fan circulates the air in the room quickly.
Posit.
To suggest or accept something as fact or as a basis for argument or consideration.
Examples:
posit the existence of life after death. Posit the premise. We should posit several hypotheses to discuss the matter.
Disquiet.
A feeling of anxiety or unease, a sense of restlessness or agitation, a state of mental or emotional disturbance. Verb, to cause or feel unease, restlessness, or agitation.
Examples:
cause disquiet among the residents. Mood of disquiet. The disquiet in the community grew as rumors spread about the upcoming changes.
Slander.
The act of making false and damaging statements about someone.
Examples:
slander of goods, slander lawsuit. He was accused of slander when he spread rumors about his boss.
Stumble.
To miss a step and fall or nearly fall, to walk unsteadily.
Examples:
stumble financially, stumble through life. She stumbled over the tree root.
Lifespan.
The length of time for which a person, animal lives, or thing exists.
Examples:
lifespan extension, lifespan retrieval curve. Generally speaking, men have a shorter lifespan than women.
Generalization.
The act of making a broad statement or conclusion based on limited information or experience, a statement that applies to a large group or category of things or people, often without considering the unique qualities or circumstances of each individual.
Examples:
hasty generalization, generalization of the problem. It's unfair to make a generalization about an entire group of people based on stereotypes.
Barrage.
A concentrated and continuous outpouring or overwhelming amount of something, such as bombs, questions, criticisms, or comments, a defensive barrier of artillery fire or gunfire.
Examples:
Barrage of questions. Artillery barrage. She used a barrage of facts and figures to make her argument.
Enrage.
To make someone extremely angry.
Examples:
Enrage the international community. Enrage critics. The news of the betrayal enraged him.
Irate.
Feeling or showing strong anger or annoyance.
Examples:
Irate protesters. Irate tone. The irate customer demanded a refund for the faulty product.
Venom.
A toxic substance produced by an animal, typically a snake or insect, and injected into prey or an enemy by biting or stinging.
Examples:
The venom of a lizard. Injected venom. The snake's venom is highly toxic and can be fatal to humans.
Vituperate.
To criticize or berate someone severely or abusively, to use harsh and abusive language towards someone.
Examples:
Vituperate the media's coverage. Vituperate criticism. I was shocked to hear my boss vituperate me in front of the entire team.
Inadvertently.
Unintentionally, accidentally, without purpose or deliberate intent.
Examples:
Inadvertently deleted. Inadvertently omitted. I inadvertently left my phone at home this morning and felt lost.
Exile.
The state of being forced to leave one's country or home, typically for political or punitive reasons.
Examples:
Exile community. Political exile. The exiled king lived in poverty in a foreign country for many years.
Arouse.
To awaken strong feelings or emotions in someone, to excite or inspire a physical or emotional response.
Examples:
Arouse desire. Arouse suspicion. The rousing speech by the politician aroused the audience to action.
Symmetrical.
Having similarity in size, shape, and relative position of corresponding parts.
Examples:
Symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical pattern. This figure is symmetrical about the x-axis.
Highbrow.
Relating to or appealing to people who are highly educated or intellectual, involving or interested in serious artistic or cultural ideas.
Examples:
Highbrow conversation. Highbrow music. She only reads highbrow literature, such as classic novels and philosophical essays.
Deplore.
To feel or express strong disapproval or condemnation towards something, to regard with grief, regret, or deep sorrow.
Examples:
Deplore his misfortune. Deplore the behavior. I deplore using violence to solve conflicts and believe in peaceful resolutions.
Commercialize.
To make something available for sale or use on a large scale.
Examples:
Commercialize my patents. Commercialize idea. The company is trying to commercialize its new product.
Repertory.
A collection of works, such as plays, operas, or pieces of music, that a company or performer is prepared to perform.
Examples:
A repertory of information. Repertory company. The theater's repertory included a mix of classic and contemporary plays.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
A symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Dilute.
To make a substance less concentrated by adding a liquid or another substance to it.
Examples:
Dilute acid with water. Dilute a great idea. She diluted the concentrated juice with water.
Rerun.
The act of repeating or replaying a previously aired episode of a television show or a past event or performance. Verb, to broadcast or play again an item, especially a television or radio program, to run a race or other sporting event again.
Examples:
Rerun episode. Rerun of a TV show. I missed the episode of my favorite show, so I hope they will air a rerun soon.
Sitcom.
A television or radio program that features a continuing cast of characters in humorous or dramatic situations, typically presented in a half-hour format.
Examples:
Sitcom series. Popular sitcom. I love to watch sitcoms when I need a good laugh.
Dwindle.
To gradually decrease in size, amount, or strength, to become smaller.
Examples:
Dwindle in importance. Dwindle to almost nothing. The crowds at the festival dwindled as the night went on.
Blockbuster.
A movie, book, or other product that is extremely successful and popular, especially one that makes much money.
Examples:
Blockbuster movie. International blockbuster. The new action movie is expected to be a blockbuster hit.
Flourish.
To grow or develop vigorously or successfully.
Examples:
flourish economically, flourish worldwide. The Ottoman Empire flourished for over 5 centuries.
Skyrocket.
To rapidly ascend to a very high level, increase rapidly.
Examples:
skyrocket the cost, price skyrocketed. Production has decreased, but costs and unemployment have skyrocketed dramatically.
Disinvestment.
The act of reducing or withdrawing the amount of money you have provided in a particular area or sector.
Examples:
disinvestment strategy, disinvestment plan. The company's decision to engage in disinvestment led to a reduction in its overall portfolio.
Paraphrase.
To restate or reword a passage in one's own words, often to clarify or simplify the original meaning.
Examples:
paraphrase a poem into prose. Paraphrase the meaning. He paraphrased the article in his own words to avoid being accused of plagiarism.
Saccharine.
Overly sweet or sentimental to the point of being cloying or sickly, artificially or excessively sweet.
Examples:
saccharine flavor, saccharine words. The saccharine sweetness of the cake was almost too much to handle.
Kitsch.
Art, objects, or design considered to be tasteless and overly sentimental, often produced to appeal to popular or commercial taste rather than for artistic value.
Examples:
kitsch art, kitsch decor. The garden gnome statue is cheesy kitsch, but some people love that style.
Bourgeois.
A member of the middle class, typically with conservative or conformist attitudes or values, a person who seeks material wealth or social status through conventional means, a person concerned with conventional, materialistic pursuits.
Examples:
bourgeois lifestyle, bourgeois values. The bourgeois neighborhood was known for its upscale shops and trendy cafes.
Tacky.
Having a cheap or vulgar appearance, taste or quality, lacking style or sophistication, gaudy or tastelessly showy.
Examples:
tacky jewelry, tacky decorations. The wedding had a tacky gold theme, which did not sit well with many guests.
Depict.
To illustrate someone or something in a photograph.
Examples:
depict a scene, depict a feeling of isolation. His son had accurately depicted the bloom.
Postmodern.
Relating to a style or movement in art, architecture, and criticism that reacts against earlier modernist principles and seeks to break down boundaries between high and low culture.
Examples:
postmodern art, postmodern society. The postmodern building was designed with unconventional shapes and colors.
Rhyme.
A word or phrase that has the same last sound as another word or phrase, often used in poetry and songwriting.
Examples:
Rhyme poem, write and rhyme. The poem had a consistent rhyme scheme throughout.
Ornament.
A decoration or embellishment that adds beauty or enhances the appearance of something, especially a Christmas tree or a piece of jewelry.
Examples:
Christmas ornament, glass ornament. The ornament on the tree was delicate and intricate, adding to its beauty.
Butler.
A male servant in charge of serving food and drinks and taking care of household duties.
Examples:
Butler service, household butler. The personal butler announced that dinner was ready, and the guests went to the dining room.
Structuralism.
A theoretical approach or methodology that analyzes and interprets phenomena by examining their underlying structures or systems.
Examples:
Structuralism in anthropology, cultural structuralism. The literary theory of structuralism analyzes a text's underlying structures and systems.
Homologous.
Having the same or similar structure, position, or function, particularly in different species or organisms, related by common ancestry.
Examples:
Homologous genes, homologous structures. Homologous recombination is a process that can occur during DNA repair.
Hegemony.
The dominance or influence of one group, country, or ideology over others, especially in political, economic, or cultural domains.
Examples:
Regional hegemony, corporate hegemony. For decades, the U.S. has been viewed as having economic and military hegemony worldwide.
Converge.
To move or draw together at a specific location, of lines, to move towards the same point where they join or meet.
Examples:
Converge of a series. Converge from different points. The two rivers converge into one near this area.
Disdain.
To look down on.
Examples:
Disdain the offer of a bribe. Disdain the policeman. Even in the Middle Ages, people disdained forced labor.
Deflect.
To cause something, especially a criticism or attack, to be directed away from someone.
Examples:
Deflect a blow. Deflect his criticism. The soccer player was able to deflect the ball away from the goal.
Ire.
Intense or extreme anger or wrath, a strong feeling of displeasure or hostility towards someone or something.
Examples:
Ire-filled rant. Public ire. The company's blatant disregard for customer service has provoked the ire of its clients.
Profess.
To declare openly, often publicly or formally, that one has a particular skill, belief, or feeling, to admit or affirm.
Examples:
Profess innocence. Profess law. He professes his love for her every day, showering her with gifts and affection.
Besiege.
To surround and attack or harass with relentless persistence, to crowd or overwhelm with a large number of requests or demands.
Examples:
Besiege a fortress. Besiege an enemy. Enemy troops besieged the town during the war.
Overwhelm.
To defeat someone or something by using a great deal of force, to have a strong emotional effect on somebody.
Examples:
He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelm opponents by numbers. Too much variety may overwhelm and confuse viewers.
Instill.
To impart, introduce, or cause to be absorbed gradually.
Examples:
Instill confidence. Instill medication into my eye. The teacher attempted to instill the importance of hard work in her students.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Dexterity.
Skill and speed in performing physical tasks, especially with the hands, mental skill or adroitness in dealing with situations or problems.
Examples:
Dexterity with the pen. Manual dexterity. The surgeon's dexterity was impressive during the delicate surgery.
Devote.
To commit or dedicate oneself or one's time, effort, or energy to a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Devote all of my energies. Devote my own life. He devoted himself to studying the history of ancient civilizations.
Sympathize.
To express or feel compassion or understanding for someone else's pain, difficulty, or misfortune. To share in someone else's emotions or experiences.
Examples:
Sympathize with a tragic hero. Sympathize with their situation. I sympathize with your struggles and am here to support you through them.
Sober.
Not drunk or affected by alcohol, dignified in manner or character and committed to keeping promises. sober discussion. As sober as a judge. He led a sober life.
Heritable.
Able to be passed down or transmitted from one generation to the next.
Examples:
Non-heritable variation. Heritable disease. The heritable trait was passed down through the generations.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
Chant melodies. Chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go."
Redo.
To do again, usually to correct or improve upon a previous attempt, to renovate or redesign something to make it better or more suitable.
Examples:
Redo a kitchen. Redo a project. I had to redo my entire presentation because the formatting was off.
Sibling.
A brother or sister, member of a family born to the same parents.
Examples:
Have a sibling quarrel. Play with my siblings. Children often copy their parents or elder siblings.
Uterus.
A hollow muscular organ in the body of a woman or other female mammal in which a baby or young animal develops before birth.
Examples:
Uterus cancer. Bleeding from uterus. The physician prescribed medication to relieve the contraction of the uterus.
Dogma.
A belief or set of beliefs that the members of a group accept without being questioned or doubted.
Examples:
Religious dogma. The secret dogma. All members strictly followed the dogma of the organization.
Eloquent.
Able to speak or write clearly and impressively.
Examples:
An eloquent speaker. Eloquent writing. She gave an eloquent speech at the graduation ceremony.